Hello, my name is Jordan Kincaid, and my Pecha Kucha presentation is on appropriate email and online etiquette. The first thing that you would want to focus on is setting up a professional email username. You would like to start with your first name first, your last name, the @ symbol, and then the company's name. I think this is the best way that you can communicate with others within your own company and business. Now, on the other hand, I really do believe that the second thing you want to focus on is having a clear subject line. You want to make sure that your subject is summarized in a short manner to where it does tell what's actually in the email itself. And no confusion. Now, something that I recommend that anyone does is proofread. You have to proofread any type of document, email, anything that's going out to a colleague or a professor, anything. You don't want to have any errors. You want to go through it and be done. Now, there are things that you want to keep confidential. Can you keep a secret? In other words, if there's something that does not need to be out in the open, you do not want to leak it and then cause the company itself issues in the future. Now, one thing you really do want to do is reply to all the emails that is to the initial email itself. You want to be able to know what's going on and not just jump to something that's completely off topic. Then it'll be very misleading to others. Now, something that is pretty good to avoid is using too many exclamation points. It's okay to use a few just to point out certain areas in the email, but you just don't want to overdo it and then not make sense at all. The next thing that you do want to focus on is having an attachment. You can attach it by going to the browse section. You can attach a document, you can attach a picture, or even a video. You want your email to come out as clear as possible, and attachments will help with that. Now, something that is important is using the proper format, whether it be enlarging the text, changing the font color, making a point, using italics, just, anything that can help within your email or even your document. Another area that you want to keep in mind is common courtesy. It is essential to keep in mind the feelings and opinions of others, even if they differ from your own. That is why you do want to say the appropriate things, and of course, do thank everybody for their time. Now, the next area you want to focus on is being professional. You want to use a conversational tone. You don't want to come off as too humorous, or as even if you're bragging. Now, the main thing is to get your point across clearly, but definitely you have to do it in a professional way as possible. Now, the other thing that I do want to point out is to respond promptly to any type of message or an email. You want to make sure that if it's an important topic, that it gets addressed in a timely manner and it meets the requirements for the company itself. It helps a lot to do that. Now, salutations, the ones to use properly are regards, best regards, sincerely, respectfully. The ones that you don't want to use are nothing, yours truly, and cheers. That's what helps make the best type of email. Now, you do want to join the conversation. Know how to use your online communication tools like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Now, all these tools I really do believe will help promote your company the best way possible and have great success for the future of the company as well. There is something I do recommend to anybody, whether it be a text or in an email, is to always keep the conversation short. You don't want to drag out the whole entire email and then your boss get upset because you're not focusing on the exact topic of the actual email itself. Now, something that businesses do not like is too many abbreviations in an email. It's not professional, And sometimes the person might not understand exactly what you're saying, so the best thing possible is just to use the whole entire word. It makes things a lot easier for anyone who reads your email to understand it. In any type of business, you're always going to send an email, and sometimes whatever you say in the email, it might upset the person. It might have not been intentionally, but it happens. So don't get mad, get glad, and always try to stay positive when you're replying to anybody in an email. And now for one really important matter, and that would be using too much humor. Many people do not take jokes properly, and in a professional business email, it's definitely not appropriate to overuse the humor. So the best thing is, remember, not too much humor. There is something known as down editing. You want to use it as much as possible. It is important because it allows you for faster communication times, and it even allows you to get rid of all the clutter from the previous emails that just does not even apply to the email that you're sending at that particular time. There is something very important to know, and when you're in a business and you had to send emails to other colleagues, you would have to use your own signature, which consists of your first and last name, your company's name, and also your telephone number. Now, I really do think that is the best and professional way to end an email possible. Now, I'm pretty sure that the last thing I do want to point out to everybody is that sending a thank you note will really show how much you appreciate their business that you did with them. And it's just important to let them know, and it looks really good for your company that you do work for, and they will appreciate it too.